Did you know some fish are smaller than a fingernail? Today, we're exploring the evolution of the world's most minuscule species. We've ranked the 20 smallest fish species ever discovered, showing you how they survive and where they hide. Stick around for number 1, the absolute record holder for the smallest fish in the world. Number 20, the glow-light tetra. Starting our list is a favorite for beginners because of its bright, glowing orange stripe. Reaching a maximum size of 3.8 centimeters, 1.5 inches, the glow-light tetra hails from the Essequibo River in Guyana. Its glow is actually a clever adaptation. In the murky, dark waters of the river, that iridescent stripe helps members of the school find each other, ensuring they stay together for protection. Number 19. The neon tetra. Perhaps the most famous small fish in the world, the neon tetra grows to 3.8 centimeters, 1.5 inches. Native to the blackwater streams of the Amazon basin, its brilliant blue and red colors are not just for show. In the dim light of the rainforest canopy, these colors act like neon signs, allowing the school to stay synchronized as they dart through the submerged roots to avoid predators. Number 18. The Pygmy Corydoras. While most catfish are heavy bottom dwellers, the Pygmy Corydoras is a tiny exception. Measuring only 3 centimeters, 1.2 inches, it is one of the few catfish that spends much of its time swimming in the middle of the water column. They are incredibly social and feel safest when they are in a large group, mimicking the movements of other small fish to stay hidden from bigger hunters. Number 17. The sparkling gourami. Known for its beautiful blue spots and unique croaking sound, the sparkling gourami reaches 3 centimeters, 1.2 inches. Native to Southeast Asia, it lives in slow-moving ponds and rice paddies. It possesses a special labyrinth organ that allows it to breathe air directly from the surface, a vital tool for surviving in warm, low-oxygen waters where larger fish would struggle to breathe. Number 16. The celestial pearl. Danio, discovered only in 2006 in the mountain ponds of Myanmar, this fish looks like a tiny galaxy with its white spotted blue skin. It grows to 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch. Originally called the galaxy rasbora, it was such a hit in the aquarium world that scientists feared it would be over-collected. Thankfully, they are now widely bred, allowing us to admire their starlit bodies without harming wild populations. Number 15. The pea puffer. The pea puffer is the smallest pufferfish in the world and is packed with a big personality. Growing to a maximum of 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch, it is found in the western Ghats of India. Unlike its larger cousins, it lives entirely in fresh water. Despite its tiny size, it is a fierce predator, using its sharp beak to eat snails and tiny invertebrates among the river plants. Number 14. The Endler's live-bearer. A colorful relative of the guppy, the Endler's live-bearer is native to the Campoma and Carupano lagoons in Venezuela. It stays small at just 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch. Males are famous for their intense metallic neon patches of orange, green, and black. Because they live in isolated lagoons, they evolved these unique colors to attract mates in specific water conditions, making them a living jewel of the wetlands. Number 13. The Corfu dwarf goby. This rare survivor is found only in a few specific lagoons and springs on the island of Corfu in Greece. Measuring around 2.2 centimeters, 0.87 inches, it is a critically endangered species. It has adapted to live in brackish water, a mix of fresh and salty. But because its habitat is so small, even a little bit of pollution could cause the entire species to disappear forever. Number 12. The dwarf rasbora. A social little fish that loves slow-moving, leaf-littered jungle streams, the dwarf rasbora reaches a length of 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches. Found in Malaysia and Indonesia, it thrives in blackwater environments, where the water is the color of dark tea. Being small allows it to navigate the dense, submerged forests of roots and moss, where it hunts for microscopic insects. Number 11. The Chili rasbora. Even smaller than its cousin, the Chili rasbora is a bright red gem from the swamps of Borneo. It grows to just 1.9 centimeters, 0.75 inches. Its intense red color becomes even brighter when the fish is healthy and happy. In the wild, they swim in massive schools through acidic peat swamps, proving that there is strength in numbers even when you are smaller than a paperclip. Number 10. The Danionella cerebrum. This fish is a marvel of biological engineering. Found in Myanmar, it grows to 1.2 centimeters, 0.47 inches, and is completely transparent. But its most shocking trait is its voice. Using a specialized muscle and a drumming cartilage, the male can produce sounds louder than 140 decibels, equivalent to a gunshot or a jackhammer, to communicate in murky water. It is one of the loudest animals in the world relative to its body size. Number 9. The Danionella translucida. A close relative to the soundmaker, this fish stays tiny its whole life, measuring around 1.1 centimeters, 0.43 inches. It is often used by scientists to study the brain because its skull never fully closes, and its skin is so clear that you can watch its neurons fire under a microscope. It is a living window into the mechanics of life. Number 8. The midget dwarf goby. Found in the Western Pacific and Indian Oceans, this fish reaches maturity at just 1.0 centimeters, 0.39 inches. It lives on the outer slopes of coral reefs, often at depths of 20 to 30 meters. By staying small, it can inhabit tiny holes in the coral that are far too small for larger predators to enter, making the reef structure a perfect, impenetrable fortress. Number 7. The Hyaloglanis pulex. This miniature catfish from the Amazon is almost entirely transparent, earning it the species name pulex, which means flea. Growing to a maximum of 1.0 centimeters, 0.39 inches, it lives among the leaf litter at the bottom of rivers. It has lost many of the heavy, bony plates and pigment found in larger catfish, choosing instead to be light, fast, and invisible. Number 6. The Leptophilipnion fitkawi. Part of a group called sleeper gobies, this Amazonian native reaches just 0.95 centimeters, 0.37 inches. It was discovered in the Rio Negro, a river famous for having very few nutrients. In such an environment, being small is a major advantage, because you don't need much food to survive and reproduce. Number 5. The Leptophilipnion pusillus, 0.91 centimeters. Even smaller than its relative, the pusillus measures only 0.91 centimeters, 0.36 inches. These fish have essentially shrunk their entire anatomy. They have fewer scales, fewer rays in their fins, and fewer bones in their heads. They are a masterclass in biological minimalism, proving that you can remove quite a bit of a vertebrate's blueprint and still have a perfectly functioning animal. Number 4. The dwarf pygmy goby. Once the world record holder, this fish weighs only 4 to 5 milligrams and grows to a maximum of 0.9 centimeters, 0.35 inches. Found in the mangrove swamps of the Philippines, it is nearly colorless. It is so small that local people once harvested them by the thousands to make fish cakes, though today it is a protected and critically endangered species. Number 3. The Pedoscypris progenetica. This tiny member of the carp family lives in the peat swamps of Sumatra. It reaches only 0.79 centimeters, 0.31 inches. To survive in water that is 100 times more acidic than rainwater, it has evolved a highly reduced skeleton. It looks like a permanent larva, never truly growing up in the traditional sense, which allows it to thrive in puddles only a few inches deep. Number 2. The stout infantfish, found in the Great Barrier Reef. This fish is almost invisible because its body lacks pigment and is as clear as glass. It matures at just 0.65 centimeters, 0.25 inches. It is also one of the lightest vertebrates on Earth, weighing less than a single milligram. It spends its life floating in the open water, a tiny drifting speck of life in a massive ocean. Number 1. The male Photocorinus spinoceps. The absolute smallest vertebrate ever discovered is the male of this deep-sea anglerfish species. At only 0.62 centimeters, 0.24 inches, he is smaller than a pea. His entire life is a search for a female. When he finds one, he bites her, and his body fuses to hers forever. He loses his eyes and internal organs, becoming a permanent attachment that provides sperm whenever she is ready to lay eggs. It is the ultimate sacrifice for survival in the vast, empty deep. It is amazing to think that a fully grown, living creature can be smaller than a grain of rice. These tiny fish prove that in the wild, you don't need to be big to have a big impact on the world. They inhabit the spaces we forget to look, surviving in acid, darkness, and open oceans through the sheer power of being small. Thank you for watching. If this journey through the world of the tiny giants inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe. There is still more of the wild to explore together.